So I'm going to tell you about a wine that is a particular favorite of Emirates. It's a wine that's been on first class at least a couple of times. Its name is Chateau Codesturnel. It is a second growth from the commune of Saint-Estèphe in the northern Medoc. If you take a drive from Bordeaux town and you travel about 1 hour north, you'll go past the village and the commune of Pauillac, which is very well known, and you'll pass a little stream which breaks the vineyards of Pauillac and Saint-Estèphe. So whilst Pauillac, which is just to the south of Saint-Estèphe, is known for its pebbly and gravelly soils, which reflects the heat of the pebbles onto the vines and matures and ripens the Cabernet Sauvignon grapes very well. Slightly to the north in Saint-Estèphe, there's much more clay in the soils, which cools the vines a little bit more and gives the wines a slightly more tannic edge and gives them definitely an ageability, but also in their youth a little bit of an austerity. Now, Codesturnel, if you're ever visiting this region, is probably one of the most fascinating chateaux. It was designed by its owner back in the 1800s, Louis Gaspard d'Estournel, who was a lover of India in particular, and he developed and designed the chateau to be almost like an Indian pagoda, and even found an old doorway from a palace in Zanzibar, which he created the entrance from. So it is somewhere you can visit. It is fascinating. And from the renovations in the early 2000s has become one of the most technical winemaking facilities in the whole of Bordeaux. So this vintage is 2005. It's one of the most successful vintages of Codesturnel, and it's probably the best vintage that Emirates has ever put on of this particular chateau. 2005 was a phenomenal vintage in all of Bordeaux, produced some of the best wines, particularly of this century, but over the last 30, 40 years. We've got a number of 2005s in the cellar, and this is one of the first that will go on board. If you're traveling around the end of 2019 on European routes, you might well see the Codesturnel, which is going to be quite an exciting wine. Because it is one of the great wines of Bordeaux, this forms part of what we've defined as the Emirates Vintage Collection, which is a small number of wines which really define Emirates' passion for wines and the extent that it goes to in finding the greatest wines of the world, and in particular Bordeaux. So this bottle we opened about an hour ago to give a significant breathing. Anything over an hour really is what would be needed for a wine of this youth. So plenty of black fruit, lots of black currant. There's notes of mint and even a hint of licorice in there. And these are sort of the flavors that will develop after sort of 10 years in the bottle. This is a wine that was bought en primeur, so back in 2006 when the wine first came onto the market. Now this is a way that Emirates has been buying wines since 2006, and all of the 2005s in the cellar have been bought this way. So they've all been cellared for at least 10 to 15 years. So a terrific wine, a wine with great depth, a huge character and a massive length, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I have today. Santé.